So guys, welcome you all to this video. In this video we will be discussing with series of positive terms, okay, and we have some basic criteria, some results are there, and finally we will be dealing with few questions in this video. Okay, that's why stay tuned till the end, and if you find something helpful from these videos, please don't forget to share it, and also don't forget to give your valuable feedback in the comment section. These are really motivating for me. Okay, so let's come back to the main part of this video. Basically we have a series like this way, and whenever summation an, where n runs from 1 to infinity and all of these ans are greater than 0, in that case we have series of positive terms. Okay, and whenever we have series of positive terms, then obviously we have our Sn, that is nth partial sum sequence. It is always going to be monotonic increasing, always. In the case of positive term series, the nth partial sum sequence, it is always monotonic increasing. And if we are able to show that this Sn, it is bounded above, if it is bounded above, then immediately what we can conclude is that this Sn will converge to a certain finite number as n tends to infinity, which means we have the given series as a convergent series. But if we are able to show that this Sn, it is unbounded above, then we have Sn tends to infinity, which implies the given series becomes divergent. So these two are very basic criteria. Using Sn, we can immediately claim whether the given series is convergent or divergent. Correct? Fine. Now we have plenty of examples. You can go to any textbook, you will find and verify these two results, whether you are getting or not. Correct? Now we have very important note regarding this topic, namely positive term series. That whenever we have a series whose terms are positive term, then that series has particularly two choices. It can converge to a certain finite number, or it will diverge to plus infinity. It will never oscillate. That is one of the very important and basic property of a positive term series. Correct? Okay. For that, you can say a basic criteria. Here I have considered one example to show that this series, that is summation 1 by n square, it is convergent, or we need to check the convergence of this series. It is clear from the construction that an, here an basically 1 by n square. Correct? So all of these an are greater than 0. Fine. That means it is series of positive term. So by default Sn will be monotonic increasing, and you can check it for your own satisfaction. Now the next job will be to show that Sn, it is bounded above. For that I have considered here a certain treatment. These first two lines are very preliminary and basic line, and the very next step what I did here, look at 1 by this whole expression can be made less than this expression, because what I did here 1 by 1 square, it is just 1 by 1, no problem with it. The second term and onwards, what I did like this way, 1 by 2 square, it is less than 1 by 1 into 2. Correct? And then 1 by 3 square, it is less than 1 by 2 into 3. Correct? And it goes like this way, that the last time term 1 by n square, it is less than 1 by n minus 1 into n. Fine. Denominators are getting less than a certain number. Okay, that means the whole number, it is bigger than this whole number. Fine. Okay, now in the very next step, just do ordinary thing, that 1 by 1 into 2 can be made like this way, 1 by 2 into 2 into 3, it can be made like this way, and so on. Fine. Finally, what we have, look at 1 plus this 1 and this minus 1 by n will be there, and ultimately we have the expression like 2 minus 1 by n. So what we have actually, Sn, this Sn, it is less than 2. Fine, this is less than 2, correct? That is, Sn, it is bounded above, and by our previous discussion, Sn will tend to a finite number. That implies our given series, it is convergent. Fine, it is convergent. Okay, this was one very simple example to illustrate the fact whatever we have discussed so far. Fine, now we have some very famous test, and here I will give you only 2 tests, and in the subsequent video we will continue with the tests. Like here we have comparison test. Comparison test, what it says, that you have an and bn as to greater than 0, and in fact we have the series summation an and summation bn. These are series of positive terms, and like this way, if you have an less or equals to bn type of relation for all n, then what it says, that if the bigger part, that is bn, series of bn, if the bigger part converges, then obviously the smaller part converges. If bn convergent, then an is convergent. Okay, and if the smaller part is divergent, that is series an is divergent, that implies series bn is also divergent. Okay, very simple and straightforward. That first of all, you have an less or equals to bn, and if the bigger part convergent, and obviously the smaller part will converge, and smaller part, if it is divergent, then the bigger part will diverge. Okay, take a pause and think little bit, you will immediately get the idea. Now we have comparison test, limit form, comparison test in limit form. Same thing, that you have an and bn, 2 series of positive terms for all n, and you have to find this limit, that is limit an by bn. If it is non-zero finite, then an, these 2 series will behave alike. That means if summation an is convergent, implies bn will also converge. If summation an is divergent, that implies summation bn will also diverge. Alright, now in this point of view, we have 2 note, these are note 1 and note 2, that if this limit it is 0, that means if bn converge, implies an will also converge, and if that limit is infinity, it implies bn will diverge, means n also diverges. Okay. So these are 2 notes, you have to take care of all of this. Fine. Now another very famous test, this is called D'Alembert's ratio test. So it is summation an is there for you, and you need to find this limit, that an plus 1 by an, take the limit, it is L, it is a finite quantity. If this L is less than 1, series will converge. If L is greater than 1, then the series will diverge. No conclusion can be done whenever this limit it is equal with 1. Fine. So this is D'Alembert's ratio test. If you are interested, then go to any standard textbook, whatever I have already referred to you, and you will find the